Hey everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you all so much for joining me today for Flosstube 21 on January 1st of 2021. I think in my 12th Flosstube I said that I wasn't big into numerology, and then I think I also said it on my 13th Flosstube, but I keep saying it, so perhaps I am actually big in numerology, and I'm hoping that having my 21st Flosstube on January 1st of 2021 is a good omen. We shall see. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I have some finishes, some fully finishes, some almost fully finishes. I have new starts. I have a little haul and some birthday presents that are Stitchy related. And I have plans. I think this is going to be a good video, so stick around and we'll get to all of that. But first, I want to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I got a really awesome shout out from the Crafty Toads. If you don't watch them, I'll link them down below. They're completely delightful. They're a sister duo, and they do all sorts of different crafts. And they have a line of, they do project bags for knitting, and they also dye yarn, and it's like gorgeous yarn. So I'll put them down below, but thank you so much for the shout out, ladies. I appreciate that so much. I'll talk about that when I talk about plans. So welcome to all my new subscribers, and welcome back everyone who's been hanging out with me since, I don't know, July, August? I don't know when I started, but welcome to 2021, and I look forward to continuing to get to know you all in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. I've been chatting with so many of you on Instagram, and it's been like amazing. I love seeing the work that you're doing. I love when you tag me in stuff. I don't know, it's just been really great. So if you are not following me on Instagram and you would like to see what I'm up to and would like to share what you're up to with me, you can find me at Dr._Christy. I'll put that right here. And basically that's where I post pictures of my works in progress. I post baking pictures of things that I don't film and things that I do film, but things that I don't film as well. I post pictures of my dog, and I actually did post a picture of my dog in the not too distant past, and I will probably post another one because he's adorable. This is a channel about embroidery and other textile crafts and baking and history and the history of those things. So if that is something that you are interested in and you are not subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Yeah, you're here for stitching. Let's talk about stitching. I have some cool, I'm in a different chair today. I'm in a swirly chair. I usually scoot my office chair over because, as those of you who have been hanging out with me for a while know, my office is right there. And so my office chair is right there. And I have one of those like ergonomic kneeling chairs that has been transformative for my back. FYI, it's amazing. But then I have my old desk chair at my little crafty table. And so I usually switch them out. But today I didn't feel like it. So I'm in a swirly chair. So I'm going to be swirling a little bit. We'll see if I like it. I may go back to my old chair. But anyway, back to stitching. I have an unexpected FFO, which if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen. But I finished and fully finished my logo. So that hangs right there. So you'll see it every episode. And I love it. Each letter is a different stitch, and I'll talk about those maybe in a bit, but oh God, I love it so much. And then this is an actual real needle that I kind of just sewed in, and I put a couple little stitches at the point so I don't, stick myself, because embroidery needles are very sharp. But I have an FFO, and I even like fully finished it. It's like an FFO, fully finished it. And I'm so pleased with this. So I'm going to do a photo shoot today. I have a couple other things that I want to completely finish to do photo shoots today. And then this will go in my intro and on my Etsy shop. And I'm just going to kind of put this all over social media as my new logo. And I hadn't planned on working on it, but I guess it was just kind of calling to me, and I finished it. So that's really exciting. So that's done. Yay. So I'm going to cut here and put this back up where it belongs. There you go, in case you forget where you are. And I think my neighbors have just started doing woodwork. So if you hear them in the background, sorry. That's what happens when you live in a town. Okay, some other things that I finished but are not fully finished. They're hooped but not completely finished. but you can get the point. You can get the gist of what they're going to look like. So I have my little, the happiest archer from the Bayou Tapestry. I love him. And then I have my tavern dudes who were very popular on Twitter the other day. I think I may do a like a Bayou Dudes series of just these like just normal everyday guys who are doing normal everyday things like sitting in a tavern and eating snacks, right? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have a Bayou Dudes pattern series. I hooped up my rainbow sometimes swearing helps, which I love. And it's just in a white hoop. Oh, and I was experimenting with moldable resin, and I made little shark needle minders, and they make me laugh so much. So I think I want to make some more of these. And then finally, I hooped up my winter landscape, which I really love. And that was a close close little size there. I was playing, I don't know, fabric chicken with that. But I might glue this one. I might glue that down and then sew the back on. So it still looks nice and you'll never know the difference. But anyway, so that's there. And oh, I need to sign this. Before I do that, I need to make sure I sign this. I sign all my pieces in a gold little KD. I also finished my ornament. That's all my orts from 2020. And for those who don't know, orts are the little pieces of thread that you cut off from your pieces when you're like cutting some little snipping little threads. So that's my ornament. It says 2020 in gold on it. So I'm actually gonna go put that on my tree. We still have our tree up. We're gonna have our tree up until, I don't know, for a while. Until it no longer makes me happy. That's how long we're gonna have our tree up. So that's there, which means that my ort jar is now empty. Well, not completely empty because I have been stitching a little bit. There are like little pieces in there, but this will fill up for the rest of the year. And then I'll make my 2021 ornament. And for those who are wondering, ort is actually a real word. It comes from Old English for like little morsel of food. So it means like a little piece of something is what it means. I have a couple of whips. Yeah, I have a couple of whips, including a new start. So I'll start with that since she's on top. For some reason, I have been really excited about Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice is like my favorite book and also one of my favorite movies. The 1996 version with Jennifer Ely and Colin Firth. And so I kind of am doing a floral Jane Austen silhouette bust. This is her really famous silhouette bust that kind of represents her. I don't know that it is actually her silhouette. And I'm doing kind of tonal floral, fully filled floral. Say that 5 times fast. And I have 2 other ideas that I want to do with this bust. But I'm doing this, so it's on just a gray cotton, very small dot. And the thread that I'm using, like I said, is very tonal. But it's really cool. Here, we'll do this. Because it's like variegated in really soft tones that read, in my mind, read gray from far away. So it'll be like kind of a nice texture and some interesting color. And this is Dying for Cross Stitch unnamed cotton that I got a while ago. So I really love it. And then I have, these are my 2 accent colors. Color and Cotton Khaki and Plum Wine. So let me just hold them all up for you all together. So I just think that that's going to be really pretty all together on this gray dot. Well, here, I'll just show you. Like all together on the gray dot. Yeah, I really like it. So that, I started that yesterday just for No, I mean, I sketched it out yesterday. I think I started stitching it this morning. Just something different. I just think I needed something different, you know? I think I'm getting burned out with Hildegard, I think is what happened. And so I just needed to not stitch on Hildegard for a while. And so that's why I finished my logo. And that's why I finished my, that's why I started this piece as well. Speaking of Hildegard, I have been working on her. And I have done all of this, I think sort of all this black I did since last time you saw it. Yeah, it's just kind of become a slog, I feel. And I'm going to get it done and I'm making good progress, but I just really needed a break. So I did a couple more things. This is Hildegard of Bingen's Cosmic Egg. And I'll post a link to the video where I talk about Hildegard of Bingen right here. And I'll post a picture of the finished product right here so you can see what it's going to look like. But this is a mixed media piece. And so the blue is the darker blue that the stars are in is watercolor. And then there's going to be beads. If you notice in the picture there, these little flames have little boulders underneath them. That's going to be done in seed beads. And then there's the blue section on the outside is going to be painted. And then the gold section, these little gold corners, are going to be gold leaf. I have gold leaf that I'm going to do for those. So it's a mixed media art piece that I'm really excited about. I'll get back to her again, but I needed a break. It was just a lot of black just going into this. So I had mentioned last week that I had all of these spools of DeVere Yarns floss. And my storage is on thread drops or my DMCs are in this container. And so I didn't really have a good place to put these spools of floss. I had come up with like a solution that's over there that's kind of ugly and did not work very well. But I didn't like it. And then I realized that if the problem is the spools of floss, why not just take the floss off the spools? So I did. So I took all of the DeVere Yarns wool and cotton that I have and put it on thread drops because I've been making these thread drops just for fun, just to use up cardboard that we have lying around. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. I also did it for, the reason why I'm talking about it now is because I also did it for my all of my Hildegard flosses. So now I can hold up my pretty Hildegard flosses like everyone else does with their pretty patterns. But I also put my DMCs on here. So like this one here is just DMC Blanc. This is DMC 931, right? So like these aren't all fancy flosses, but I figured why not just put them all on like floss drops and I don't know, keep them better organized. So they are in there, and then I have the extras in bags in my project bag. And my project bag for this is one that I made out of a map that is all wonky, but it is effective and has a vinyl front, and I really like it. So there's that. I think those are my only whips that I didn't finish. So that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's talk about plans and haul, because at least at the beginning, they kind of go together. I went to Michael's and I picked up a rainbow of colors. And those of you who've been hanging out with me know that this is for my temperature pattern. Pam from Stitching in the Land of Good Enough mentioned that she was stitching the Temperature Tree by Stitch and Mommy, and she wanted to host a temperature stitch along. And the hashtag is Stitch the Temp SAL. I'll put that right here. And I decided that I wanted to do it too, but I don't do cross stitch because I can't count. And so I was trying to figure out how I could join in on this because it just looked like fun, and I want to be part of the group, and I want, you know, to stitch with my friends. So I decided that I would just come up with a pattern on my own. And I came up with a temperature library. And I mentioned it to my mom, and she thought it was a great idea, that she wanted to stitch it too. And so I sketched it up, and I mentioned it on here to you guys that this was a thing I was planning on doing. And Tanya Romero in the comments said that she would like to stitch it too, but she does cross stitch. So could I make it into a cross stitch pattern? And so I was like, well, I mean, I could try. So I bought a cross stitch pattern maker, like a program, cross stitch pattern program. And I created a cross stitch pattern as well for this. So if you want to join us, Pam is stitching on the temperature tree. Some other people are doing temperature typography. There are temperature flowers. There are all sorts of different temperature patterns. We would love to have you join us for the Stitch the Temp Sal. If you want to do the temperature library, I'll put a link to my Etsy shop below. And I'm really blown away by the response to this. I told my fiance that, you know, what I would like is to recoup the money that I spent on the pattern, and maybe some for my time. I did put a lot of time into it. I wanted to make sure that it was a quality pattern. It has lots of information in it, but as of, well, last time I checked, I sold 56 patterns, which blows my mind. And so couple things. I kind of want to say thank you for that. And so first of all, we're going to have a giveaway next week that is related to that, but you do not have to have purchased it to participate in the giveaway. It's just kind of a related giveaway. So stay tuned for that next week. But I've also decided that I'm going to donate $1 for every pattern sold. And this is in perpetuity. So this is this temperature pattern. I'm going to do a temperature pattern too. I'm going to do another version next year. So in perpetuity forever, I'm going to donate $1 for each pattern to my local public library. I think that is kind of, you know, this is a windfall for me that I was not in any way expecting. And I want to kind of give back, and what better way to give back the proceeds of a temperature library than to donate to a public library. So that is something that I've decided I want to do, and I will do that at the end of the month. I don't expect to be selling many of these after January, at least not until next year. So anyway, so that's what I want to do. But I do want to tell you that there is a mistake in the pattern. I give a table, not in the pattern, in the temperature colors. I give the colors that I used in this piece. So this is charted. This is the colors that were my high temperatures for my town in 2020. And there are 20 colors. But in the table, I put DMC 797, which is this blue. I put that in twice. So the first instance of that should be 153, which is a light purple. But I didn't catch it until I was doing this with my flosses. And so I don't even have it. So I'm going to substitute with a light purple, but that is a mistake that I just found. And it's on both versions of the pattern. So if you're using my colors, it's missing a light purple, which is DMC 153, but it can be any light purple. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Other than that, everything seems to be fine with it. I also got a hoop. But if you notice, I did not show you any fabric because I haven't done the fabric yet. I haven't done the fabric yet. I haven't sketched it out yet. I've just been really gung-ho on these other projects, and yeah, but I printed it out, and now I'm going to sketch that out today. So I will have that started on, well, I'll have it started today because I'm going to start working on the bookcase today. I plan on doing the books on Sunday. So I'm going to stitch all the books on Sunday. I'm going to stitch the bookshelf itself in a stem stitch, and I'm doing the books in a satin stitch. I want to practice my satin stitch essentially. And you can do these in any stitches you want. This is the embroidery part. You can do it in any kind of stitch you want, but I kind of want to practice my satin stitches because they're not always very neat, and I want them to be neater. And you know, when I was having trouble with the French knot, I decided to do a Liechtenstein reproduction with all those dots in French knots, which I'll, if I can find a picture, I'll put it right here. But so I figured, well, if I need to practice my satin stitch, I might as well do it on this. So that's one of my big plans. The other plan I also have not like completely kitted up, so I don't have anything to show you, is Tony from Someone's Crazy Aunt, who is rebranding. So I don't know what, I'm assuming that's still her channel name, but she's going to be changing her channel name soon. But I'll link her down below. She's hilarious, but she's my enabler, I have discovered. She keeps being like, she'll pop into my comments, hey Christy, did you see this thing? You should try that. And I'll be like, of course I'm going to try that. So she was telling me about a stitch along from Peppermint Purple, which is a company that does blackwork designs. And they're doing a free weekly stitch along of blackwork, different patterns of blackwork in like a square or a rectangular or like a diamond shaped piece. So I don't remember what this stitch along is. They had one in 2020 and it looks really cool. Like the finished product looks cool, but it's really just practicing blackwork stitches. So I'll put the hashtag right here, but there is a Facebook group, which I will link to down below. And I'll link to their webpage down below as well, like the information page for the stitch along. So if you're interested in trying blackwork and you want to do the stitch along with me, that would be awesome. So I'm going to be doing that. And basically on the Facebook group, she releases, or he, I guess I haven't checked, Peppermint Purple releases a small block of blackwork pattern that you do that week. And there are all sorts of interesting things happening in this little pattern. So that's kind of exciting. So that's another one of my plans that I have not prepared for. I'm apparently not prepared for the new year. You would think that I would have prepared better, but I haven't. Speaking of which, another plan is that the next 2 weeks are going to be very, very busy in my career life. For those of you who don't know, I'm a college professor. And in my mind, I had 2 weeks between the first of the year and the start of the semester. But in the real world, I have 1 week. So I am not nearly as prepared for that as I should be, which means that starting tomorrow, I'm going to be gung-ho, you know, building courses. And I'm also up for promotion and tenure in 2 weeks. And I have a talk that I'm giving in 2 weeks. So let's just say that my Tuesday videos are going to be smaller and less preparation. I think Tuesday's video, this coming Tuesday's video, I'm going to talk about the different stitches that I used in this, which are options for your temperature library. And I'm going to talk about other options for this as well. I think that's what's going to be happening. I'm not going to do tutorials, but I will link to tutorials because other people have done excellent tutorials and there's no point in me reinventing the wheel. So I will talk about the different stitches and link to good tutorials in the comments, and not in the comments, in the drop down box. So that'll be my Tuesday video. And then I think the Tuesday after, well, I have an idea that is history related. So you can keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so that's kind of the next 2 weeks. I'm going to be pretty busy. I have a little bit more haul that I want to talk about, and I have 2 birthday gifts. So let's talk about my haul. Again, Tony gets stuff on eBay. I've never bought anything on eBay. And I bought my first thing on eBay because Tony got, I don't remember what she got even, but she got like good stitchy stuff on eBay for cheap. And I was like, well, you know, I have been wanting to get different colored flexi hoops. And flexi hoops are those hoops that are like rubber on the outside and they're like they're good for display and they're wood grained. But I see people who have them that are not wood grained. And I'm like, I want some that are not wood grained. So I said, well, I'll look on eBay. So I looked on eBay and I found some. So it's my first eBay purchase. I got these for 20 bucks. This is 13 flexi hoops of varying colors and 3 metal hoops, metal rings like this of different sizes, and then 1 black outer hoop. And I think this is like a 10-inch, and I think I'm just gonna buy a 10-inch wood grain hoop because you can buy wood grain hoops and steal the inside for this. So I got that, and I'm really excited. And I think I'm going to use this one for my Jane Austen piece. I think that would just blend so nicely, and it's basically perfect. So that's my first eBay purchase. And then I got my December Bee Stitch Me Silk of the Month. And we have, and they're for December. And you can see they're very like frozen colors from the movie Frozen, which by the way, I've never seen. So I don't actually know. I just know. Anyway, this is Ice. Nautilus. Frozen. And that is showing up bluer on my screen. It's a bit greener than that. It's a pretty solid teal. It's like the same color. Yeah, it's the same color as my sweater, which I'll talk about in a second. Arctic. And Nebula. So those are my Bee Stitch Me Silks of the Month that, like I said, match my sweater, which my mom made me for Christmas. So she made me this sweater. If you follow her or watch her Corona, if you watch her channel, you will have seen a picture of me in this from yesterday. I told her not to post that because I was going to send, I just wanted her to know that I got it, because I was going to like shower, like dye my hair and shower and take a nice picture of it. And then it was like 10 o'clock last night, and I'm like, God, it's not happening. So I texted her, I'm like, just post that picture. I'm like, it's my punishment for not doing the things that I need to do, is that everyone's going to see me looking like garbage on your channel. Anyway, so that is, this is my Christmas gift from my mom. It is a boxy sweater, and she dyed this yarn especially for me, and it is perfect. I love it. And then she also gave me for my birthday a pair of Eiffel Tower scissors. So those are pretty fantastic. I love them. I don't have Eiffel Tower scissors, so I'm very excited about this. Hey everyone, I'm editing the video, and I realized that I never thanked you all for celebrating my birthday with me on Monday. I hosted a birthday stitch along, and it was amazing. It made me feel like I was celebrating my birthday on a day when, like, you know, I couldn't really see anybody, and I just kind of was in my jammies all day and stitched along with you all, and it was really, really wonderful. So thank you to everyone who celebrated my birthday with me. It made it really special, and I really appreciate it. And you get to see the behind the camera, behind the scenes of my craft corner. This is essentially what's right behind the camera when I'm filming. So anyway, I just wanted to pop in and thank you all for being a part of my birthday, because it was really, really amazing and really special. And I felt, I don't know, I spent, like I said, I spent the day in my jammies and stitching, and it was so relaxing, and I felt so refreshed the next day. Like, I am feeling so good right now, all because of my relaxing and wonderful birthday. So I just wanted to pop in and thank you all for celebrating with me. But now back to my fun goodies that I got for my birthday. Bye. So for Christmas, Rich got me the Royal School of Needlework books, which I showed last week. And then for my birthday, and if you watched my birthday video, you already know about this, but for my birthday, he got me a Royal School of Needlework Jacobean Crewel Work class. I'm so excited. So this is the information about the class. I need to register for the class. I need to actually do that today. But it comes with the fabric. Sorry, let me get it out. So it comes with the fabric, and it's printed on the fabric. And then it comes with, well, it comes in this adorable little bag. It's like a burlap bag, which I kind of love. And it has all of the wools for the crewel work. So that is very exciting, and I am super thrilled about this. Yeah, I'm really excited. As I mentioned before, one of my dreams in life is to get certified from the Royal School of Needlework and Embroidery, because that would be amazing. And this class doesn't count towards that, but it'll at least, you know, teach me some, give me some tools, give me some like formal education in embroidery techniques. So that's very exciting. He's very good at giving gifts, as you can tell. That's that. Oh, I have some fabric I got. I've been really into linen lately. I have, you know, all this linen up here. I made those linen bags, and I got, well, I get emails is the problem, right? I get emails from fabricstore.com that sells amazing linen. And so I got some just kind of a heavyweight linen. I'm going to make some tea towels out of this. And then I got a bunch of just white linen and this is a medium weight linen. I got 4 yards, I think, of medium weight linen just for stitching on and for patterns and for kits and whatever, if I decide I want to do that later on. And then I got really lightweight linen because I want to make some embroidered shawls. What I want to do with the shawls is on the edge, I want to embroider little archers from the Bayou Tapestry. So this guy's my favorite because he's just so happy. But there's a whole line of archers at the bottom of the Bayou, one section of the Bayou Tapestry. And what I really want to do is like embroider them on the edge of this like shawl, so it looks like a really elegant linen shawl, and then you see these little like Bayou Tapestry archers, and that would be hilarious, and it would make me laugh so much. So I'm going to do that. That's my plan, but not right now. I do want to do a little bit of sewing this week, I think, but yeah, so that's what I got. I don't like this chair. I've decided I'm not using this chair again. I think that's all my plans for now. I definitely need to sketch up my temperature bookshelf and figure that out. I need to figure out my blackwork stitch along from Peppermint Purple. I don't know if I'm going to work on Hildegard this week. I think she needs another break. I do want to finish my Jane Austen floral. I think that's it. I think that's a lot. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. My voice tells me I've been talking for a long time. So if you want to stitch the temperature bookcase, I'll put the link to my Etsy shop down below and you can pick that up. And the hashtag for that is Stitch the Temp Sal, and that is with Pam from Stitching the Land of Good Enough. She is doing Stitchin' Mummy's temperature tree, and there are other temperature options. So if you have any temperature pattern that you are stitching or knitting or crocheting or whatever, you're welcome to join us and just hit that hashtag on Instagram when you post pictures of what you're doing. And I'm so excited that Mary Beth of the Crafty Toads is also stitching my temperature library. So that's really, really fun. Yeah, and then I need to organize my Peppermint Purple blackwork stitch along, which will be really fun. I have all sorts of Ada happening up there in varying colors, so I'm sure I'll find something. And I think last year people did it in like rainbow colors, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna do it in like a variegated, because I have like all these variegated flosses that I never use because I can't use them in images that I do, and so this would be perfect for that. In fact, I think I have two of the same color of Bee Stitch Me. That's a variegated like purple called like Evil Queen, which would look really pretty, I think. So I might do that, but you'll see that next week what I'm doing with that. I need to organize my Jacoby and Crewel Work class. And like I said, I'm having a giveaway, a thank you giveaway next week. So come on back for that. I think that's it. Now I'm just kind of rambling on. If I've forgotten anything, I will I'll cover it next week. It's not like I'm going anywhere. So happy New Year, everybody. I hope you have a great week. I hope that 2021 is better for us all than 2020 was, which was a bit of a dumpster fire. That's it from me. Yeah, I got nothing else. So I think with all that being said, I'm going to go. I'm going to work on these things that need to be worked on. I'm going to organize myself, clean up some things, and get to stitching, because this is my last day off, and then it's full speed ahead in my prep and stuff. So thank you all so much for watching. If you I don't know. I don't remember how I end these videos anymore. And this is like the 5th time I've tried. So I'm just going to say goodbye. Hope you all have a good one. Bye.